So I did want to mention Pro Tools 12 to 12.5. I like to say that we've put our money where our mouth is as far as the release of Pro Tools 12. When it first came out, people said, well, why would I buy Pro Tools for $5.99, or why would I upgrade to this version that doesn't have any features? And they were right. At the beginning, it didn't have a lot of features. However, now we do. And with the release of cloud collaboration, which is a groundbreaking feature function of Pro Tools, it is well worth your while to get on board now. So a couple of these really cool features that people have been asking for is the track freeze and track commit. So track freeze, simply put, you can freeze all the plugins on your track and render the audio based upon what's on your track. So if you have 5 plugins, you want to freeze up some CPU power, you click the little snowflake on your track, and it freezes everything in place, and you can unfreeze it at any time. Now, track commit, the main difference between that is between track freeze and track commit is that track commit, you can commit, for example, a selected piece of audio, or if you want to commit up to a certain plugin. Track freeze is on and off, and other softwares do track freeze. However, they don't do track commit. You can't, commit up to a certain plugin. So there's a wide range of options, the way that you can interact with committing and freezing the tracks. And people have been asking for this, and we delivered and then some with adding commit as well in 12.3.
One question on this. With track freeze or track commit, once you perform those functions, do you need the plugin anymore? Do you still have to have the plugin in 3 years?
No. If you're a traditional Pro Tools user, it's kind of like bouncing the files, but it happens by a push of a button.
Right.
So, you bounce a file, and in the past you have to wait the entire length of the time that it bounces, and then you deactivate all the plugins. It's essentially doing that, except it's just one button that you could turn on and off, so you can reverse it. Yeah. So yes, you could remove that plugin from the track. That committed track will still have that committed audio, the frozen audio.
Does track commit do the same thing then?
It essentially does the same thing, except track commit, you get more options. Right. So freeze is a snowflake button on the track that you can turn it on and off. Track commit, you can do things like highlight a section and just commit the plugins of that particular section, or commit the first 3 plugins in your insert chain and not the last 2, which gives you a lot of different ways to use this feature. You don't have to turn it on and off as freeze does.
Yeah, in case somebody's worrying about whether or not they need to own that plugin for the next 10 years so that their track will sound the same when they go back to do the dance remix, they're covered on that. So.
That's exactly right. And one of the big reasons I mention it is that it works really well with cloud collaboration. So let me explain.
Okay.
First and foremost, cloud collaboration is a way to work with anyone else in the world, to collaborate with anyone else in the world in near real time over the internet. So this has existed in the past, and you can do this in different ways currently, and you can have a Dropbox and you can share a Dropbox. However, this is all done inside the Pro Tools environment. So if you were playing a bass guitar and I asked you to play a few pieces on it, I can share of my track just certain tracks. So I can share like the guitar, the drums, and just like 5 or 6 tracks, or maybe even 3 tracks with you. And then what that'll do is put it up on the cloud. So we have a cloud service now. And now I invite you to my project. So we have projects and sessions now. Projects are on the cloud, sessions are local. So that means you can have a session locally, and you can work with me on the project in the cloud. You record your bass guitar, a download button will appear on my screen saying, do you want to accept the recording? I click that button, and your recording shows up on my track near instantaneously. That's cool. So it's very fast, really slick way to collaborate. The best way to check it out is to really just do it yourself and check it out. It is available now. If you have Pro Tools, have purchased Pro Tools, 12.5 is available for you at no additional charge. You can go and try it right now. And it's a really slick way to collaborate with people that you've been working with in the past.
That sounds really cool. Is there an additional charge for that, or is it just a free service?
There is a free version of it. So the free version is 3 projects, 500 megabytes. As I mentioned, you can do a lot with 500 megs. You'd be surprised. So try it out. There's no additional charge for that. Now, if you want to up that, you get 5 projects and 20 gigs for $9.99 a month. And when I say projects, again, it's what you share. So project is on the cloud. So you can have as many sessions as you want locally. But projects that you're working on, you can only have 3 on the free, 5 on the $9.99 a month, which includes 20 gigs of storage. And then $24.99 a month includes 10 projects and 60 gigs.
You're not limited to that number of projects to work on in a month. You're just limited to that number of projects that can exist on the cloud at once, right? For the free version, you can have 3 projects at once, but you could go through several projects in a month.
Absolutely. You can get through as many projects as you want. They're your projects. So, you can go work on one, work on another, on a third one, and then say, well, the first project I was working on with so-and-so, I don't need that anymore. So I'm going to remove that, and I'm going to start a new project. So cool. It's just up to 3 projects that you're working at 3 at a time. The best way to check it out is really to download it and check it out. So this, again, is available for anybody that purchases now or anytime in the future. It just comes at no additional charge of what you purchase of Pro Tools.
When did 12.0 come out?
I believe it was NAB last year. So we're pushing on a year right now. So you can see all the stuff that we've released since then. Some of it's not very sexy, but some of it is, like track freeze, track commit, and cloud collaboration. Our people have been asking for track freeze for years, and we finally delivered and beyond what we promised.
Yeah, that's a really cool way to do track freeze for sure. And the VCA masters, I thought, was a really great inclusion. Most programs, you'd have to wait until the next revision to get all those new features.
That's exactly right, and that's the reason that we did this model. It's actually, at the end of the day, you're going to get more for your money, and you're going to get more options. And the reason being, in the past, the way we've done it, we've had multiple teams working on different features and functions of Pro Tools. They gather up all those features and functions, put them in a package, like let's say it's 8.5, and wait 18 months for everybody to finish, and then they attach a $3.99 or a $2.99 price tag to it. And so instead of every 18 months having a paid upgrade, for $99 a year, you get whatever comes out in that year. And those teams that were working on the features and functions, like, for example, cloud collaboration, when that team finishes, we just upload it, and it becomes available for you. And you don't have to wait for 18 months. It was our old school life cycle of the upgrades.
Now it's time to take the test that accompanies this video. And be sure to fill out the contact info so we can keep in touch. We'll alert you when new Tech Talk training tutorials are released. We're in the process of creating a complete series of training videos covering topics including interfaces, microphones, digital audio workstations, mobile recording, wireless technology, monitor systems, and more. And we'll even be creating several product-specific tutorials. If you have comments or suggestions for helpful topics, please email us at techtalk@HalLeonard.com.